Most people think emotional numbness means something is wrong with you, that you've become cold, disconnected, or incapable of feeling deeply. But psychology shows that emotional numbness is often not the absence of emotion at all. It's what happens when someone has felt too much for too long. Sometimes your mind doesn't shut down because you're weak. It shuts down because it's trying to protect you. And if you've been feeling emotionally numb lately, unable to react the way you used to, struggling to feel excited, sad, or even connected to people around you, there's a good chance you carry certain hidden traits that most people never notice. Traits that were shaped by experience, survival, and emotional depth. So if this feels familiar, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may understand yourself in a completely different way. Number 1. You became emotionally independent too early. Research in psychology suggests that people who had to emotionally support themselves from a young age often learn to suppress their feelings automatically. Maybe you grew up in an environment where expressing emotions felt unsafe. Maybe nobody really asked how you were doing. Or maybe you learned that showing vulnerability only led to disappointment. So, over time, you stopped expecting emotional support from others. You handled things alone. You learned to keep going, even when you were overwhelmed. And eventually, your brain adapted by lowering emotional intensity altogether. This is why emotionally numb people are often incredibly responsible, mature, and self-controlled on the outside. People may even describe you as strong, but what they don't realize is that your strength may have come from necessity, not choice. The strange part is, you probably still feel things deeply underneath. You just learned not to show it, even to yourself. And psychology shows that emotional suppression can become so automatic that a person no longer notices they're doing it. So if you feel disconnected from your emotions, it doesn't mean you don't care. It may mean you cared for too long without enough support in return. Number 2. You observe people more than you trust them. Emotionally numb people are often extremely observant. Research indicates that people who've experienced emotional pain become highly aware of social patterns, tone changes, and subtle behaviors in others. You notice when someone's energy changes. You notice fake kindness. You notice distance before anyone says a word. But instead of reacting emotionally, you quietly analyze everything. And over time, this can make you seem detached. The truth is, many emotionally numb people stopped reacting because they became tired of being disappointed. So now, instead of opening up quickly, you watch first. You study people before trusting them. You protect your inner world carefully. This doesn't make you cold. It means your mind learned caution. In fact, some of the most emotionally numb people are actually the most emotionally intelligent. They understand emotions so well that they became careful with where they invest them. You may not express affection loudly. You may not always know how to explain what you feel. But you notice everything. And deep down, you still want real connection. You just don't want shallow connection anymore. Number 3. You learned to survive by staying calm. Psychology shows that after repeated stress or emotional overload, the brain sometimes shifts into a protective shutdown state. This is especially common in people who had to stay calm during chaos. Maybe you were the person who always had to hold things together, the one who stayed composed during conflict, the one who handled problems while everyone else fell apart. So instead of panicking emotionally, your brain adapted by becoming emotionally quiet. And now, even when something painful happens, you may barely react at all, not because you're heartless, but because your nervous system became trained for survival.